So it's working late TikTok tax advice time, but this is not legal advice. This is just information, education. So someone very, very close to me and near and dear to my heart almost lost six figures out of their investment account. And they know what I do for a living. They know that I'm a tax attorney, that I help people. This is a very close family member of mine. And while they were being scammed, or like in the middle of the scam, I was alerted by another family member, so I tried to intervene. The scammer was doing all kinds of weird things, like basically telling them they were locked out of this financial account and that they needed to, remote log into their computer and then move the money to a safer account that has not been hacked. And they were like, don't tell anybody, don't talk to any other customer service reps. And the information on this institution's website was all contradictory to the information that this service rep was providing. And so I was like, this is not right. I promise, please do not listen to this person. Shut down your computer immediately. Exit, close, get off the internet, disconnect from the internet, immediately go into using a different computer, resetting all your passwords, because they're trying to remote log in and get all your information. And this is a scam. But eventually I did stop this family member from losing all their money because they finally listened to me. But it was very close. They could have lost six figures. And I've seen so many clients have this happen to them. They have a technical support issue. The most common is the investment related scams. And there's actually some really good information. The IRS just recently released a memo on theft loss deductions under the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. So the Tax Cut and Jobs Act took away personal theft loss deductions, but the investment related theft loss deduction still remains. And so the great thing about this IRS memo that just came out in January helps explain the different types of scams and when they may be tax deductible. So a romance scam is different than a crypto investment scam, is different than, a computer technical service scam. Now, there can be some arguments, I think, for preservation of wealth, maybe not necessarily being investment related or, profit minded. But I'm going to drop that below. And so what can happen is obviously they pull the money out, there's a huge tax bill. So this memo gives guidance on when and what facts and circumstances. If you need further assistance, you can hire a tax lawyer. Or I have a really great Rolodex of CPAs that are really well versed in these cases. Now I have a memo that can prepare the returns, but you can take that theft loss deduction, which helps, really helps limit the blow on the tax liability. And now we have clear guidance from the IRS. In the previous years, we didn't. Obviously, you'd want to take additional steps, like making sure you have the chat history, any communications. You do an IC3 claim for internet theft. File a report with, IC3, the FBI, filing a police report, and then keeping records of all that stuff in case you get audited, even if you file the theft loss deduction. But again, I'm going to drop that memo. This should really help people that have been victims of scams. I'm really sorry. These people are getting very sophisticated. And my other thing I want to note is the person that's very close to me is a very intelligent person. And I think he was embarrassed that he almost got taken advantage of. So it happens to really smart people. I have people that have PhDs. They're targeting really smart individuals. And the scam is just so complex. I tried to call the scammer back from my phone number and it wouldn't go through, but I spoofed this family member's phone number and it allowed me to get through directly to the scammer. So it's a very sophisticated crime organization. So if you have been a victim of these scams, don't feel bad. But if, you got to pay attention to who you're dealing with these days. They're very sophisticated and you do not want to be taken advantage of, have nothing, and then also face a tax consequence. So this should limit the blow. But again, if you need help with this issue, let me know. I'm happy to connect you with the right people or help you if I can help you. So dropping that below. Be safe on the internet, folks.